receive a check for $20,000. Introducing first, Generation Me.
Well, the Bucks are back in Impact Wrestling as part of Hardcore Justice in this special ladder match. Jeremy Buck, Max Buck. If you think back, the years 2009 through 2011 in TNA, they were involved in one of the top tag team rivalries ever in company history. Think of those great matchups that we saw with Generation Me against Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, the Motor City Machine Guns.
You like high flying, you like innovation? You're gonna love Generation Me, Max and Jeremy Buck returning in this one night only spectacular.
And their opponents, Kazarian and Christopher Daniels.
Ready for a little bad influence?
Always ready for a little bad influence. Daniels and Kazarian in Impact Wrestling, an amazing tag team.
2 times they have been world tag team champions of the world. Daniels and Kazarian. Not about fighting for tag team gold tonight, but it's about supremacy in terms of tag teams, supremacy in terms of ladder matches, and I talked to them earlier, and I know you did as well, most interested in that $20,000 check.
Well, you talk about legacy as well. You know, around the world, these are 4 of the most highly regarded high flyers, action-packed wrestlers there are in the world today. And you throw the Appletini. I mean, this man has a bar tab at the end of the night from these Appletinis. He's going to need that 20 grand, I'm telling you.
Might not even cover it.
Certainly after everything we've seen from these two of the greatest tag teams, everybody at home, I'm telling you, fasten your seatbelt. This could be a wild one. If history is any indication, these 4 will pull out all the stops when there's this kind of money on the line. And prestige, and not only that, the legacy as well.
Definitely one of the matches we were most looking forward to when it came to our one-night-only series and the Hardcore Justice pay-per-view event. What do you think about this mutual respect that at least is being, well, that didn't last long, did it?
I was going to say, probably not there. Daniels and Kazarian really take it personally on a few levels, that Max and Jeremy Buck are regarded as such great high flyers, such an exciting team, and now it's their job to do something about that.
Battle ensues with all 4 men in the ring, and that's, of course, legal in this ladder match. Strategy, game plan for these teams, beat down your opponent sufficiently to the point where you can involve the ladder, bring the ladder into play, and of course you always run the risk in a ladder match of not taking down your opponent strong enough where they're able to come back in and potentially use that ladder as a weapon against you.
Well, the thing about a ladder match is if you're going to go for it, if you're going to get up the courage to climb that ladder and make a go for that prize at the top of the ladder, you better be ready to fall just the same, because there's only one way down from up there, and that's with the prize or on your back. Usually, sometimes in the ropes, we've seen it before. Every time a ladder match, you know, we've seen in Impact Wrestling, especially with the likes of these 4, it can be a very dangerous, high-risk situation just to go for that prize.
Bad influence, obviously confident enough that they have the Bucks beaten down. Oh my, Jeremy Buck, the recipient of the vicious double-team ladder shot by Bad Influence. And now with Jeremy out of play, with Max down in the ring, let's see, quick flying drop kick by Max. Buck connects with the ladder, able to take down both Daniels and Kazarian.
One thing we've seen with the evolution of ladder matches over the years is that ladder has now become a big part of the match in terms of a weapon used to not only get to the top, get that prize, but used as a battering ram outside of the ring. And now look at this.
No success for the Bucks that time. Generation Me trying to get the $20,000 prize, but quickly cut off by Kazarian.
All 4 of these gentlemen with a strong tie to the West Coast. They really made their names there. Whoa, look at that.
Wow. You talked about it just moments ago, the ability to use that ladder as a weapon, as Kazarian definitely felt it that time, but Daniels looks up, senses that he has the opening to take this opportunity. Wait a minute. The first time that I recall seeing the ladder used like that was with Terry Funk back in the day.
Absolutely, he used it almost like a helicopter. And tell you what, wow, Jeremy Buck scouted that one.
I've got a drop toe hold. I don't think I've ever seen that before. While Daniels had that ladder around his neck, Daniels pays the price. And now, Max and Jeremy with a double team kick right into the ladder. And oh boy, Daniels in trouble while Kazarian tries to regroup outside.
I'll tell you what, with all the force of not one but two kicks, that ladder into the face of Daniels, debilitating move.
You know, in terms of a tag team ladder match, this probably, well, at least it's set up as a best strategy, where you have one of your guys climb the ladder while the other plays watch out and really tries to make sure that there isn't an opportunity for the opposing tag team to come into play. But Generation Me not having too much success with the quick recovery by Bad Influence.
Well, the strategy changes when you're in there with a tag team. A tag team ladder match completely different because not only you have to fend against your opponent, you got to see where the other guy is in the ring as well. And look at this from the top.
Boy, it's a dangerous situation up at the top of the ladder for both of these individuals. Both Jeremy Buck and Kazarian connects off the top of the ladder. Wow. Check this out, JB.
Look at the elevation. Kazarian from the very top of that ladder.
Wow.
And that's the high-risk, high-reward type of situation that Daniels and Kazarian need to try and climb that ladder and get the prize at the top, $20,000 on the line.
Well, just when we think there might be that payoff for Bad Influence, Max Buck able to take Daniels down off the ladder, drives him to the... Boy, both men going down. See that both Daniels and Buck hit the back of their heads on the mat.
I'll tell you what, we've seen Generation Me before in Ultimate X matches. We've seen them in situations where they have to rely on their high-flying abilities to win the match. But in a ladder match like this, it takes balance, it takes agility. They have that. Now they need to use it.
Obviously, a suplex attempt into the ladder was the game plan for Generation Me. Daniels able to fight it off, and then he gets back, body drop. Oh, boy, what a bad landing that was for Christopher Daniels. Nice float over there on Kazarian by Max Buck, who then, monkey flips Kazarian, who goes leg first.
Well, you got to think, back-to-back bad shots for Bad Influence. Both men thrown on that ladder, and when you land like that with that kind of force in that kind of awkward position, it takes your legs out immediately.
I like the idea here that Generation Me, they're going to continue the beatdown on Bad Influence before they try to scale the ladder again. Double team now on Kazarian, the possibility outside from Max and Jeremy Buck. And Kazarian has the answer, able to slide under, then connect with the drop kick.
What a spear underneath the ladder. Haven't seen that before.
A dazed Daniels back in the ring with Max Buck.
There is no give on that ladder, Mike. When you land on that thing, it hurts. And what we've seen so far in this match has been nothing short of brutal.
Physicality that you would expect, as well as the high-risk tag team styles of both of these men. Exactly what we anticipated. Spinning back elbow catches Daniels. Oh, and then with his head, almost in a vice, he gets set up for the drop kick into the face. Daniels laid out on the ladder. Now what's Generation Me going to do?
I'll tell you what, Max and Jeremy are very innovative. I'm sure they certainly scouted Daniels and Kazarian prior to this match. Didn't scout for that.
Never saw Kazarian. It's what we pointed out right at the early stages of this match. That ability to have those eyes in the back of your head, something that you need in any kind of a ladder match. But as you pointed out specifically, in a tag team ladder match, as Bad Influence takes over, Kazarian going to try and use a suplex here, but he's blocked twice. Oh, wow.
You just heard the collective gasp from the crowd. Let's take a look at that again. Daniels, or rather Kazarian, suplexed over the top, and look at the way he hit that ladder. Just did not give. Oh. Basically, the whole bottom right half of Kazarian's body just mantled by that ladder.
And if you think about the potential as this match continues, Kazarian's going to need his wheels, going to need those legs to climb up the ladder, use that leg strength. And Generation Me has weakened Bad Influence, at least one half of the team, substantially with that move. And now, let's see if Generation Me can pick up the 20 grand.
You hit it, Mike. That's no question about it. Kazarian now taking several tough shots to the legs. And if you don't have those legs, you ain't getting up that ladder. Here comes Daniels.
Daniels able to slide in from behind. Reposition the ladder directly under the $20,000 prize, but he's up there in no man's land, and oh, here comes Jeremy Buck to meet him up at the top.
Max, when he felt like he had the advantage there, went for Kazarian, took him on the outside.
Way to do it. And just as Generation Me looks like they might be winning this ladder match, oh my God, what a move.
Did he just do that?
Knocked off the ladder, but I know he went springboard, but I've got to take another look at this to see. I'm not exactly sure what we just witnessed there.
That was an amazing act of impromptu.
How do you do that in mid-move?
Look at that.
Look at this.
From the top, somersault, plancha to the floor. That takes amazing balance. That takes unprecedented balance.
Did you just notice that delay in our reaction? I looked at you, and we were both sitting here with our mouths wide open, just amazed at what we just witnessed. Daniels' attempt to climb up the ladder, cut off by Generation Me, and the double team leads to the kick to the back of the head. Daniels taken out of play, and now Daniels, Kazarian, both out. Bad Influence down. Kazarian tries to recover out here on the floor.
And Generation Me just moments away from being $20,000 richer.
Watch Kazarian. Springboard drop kick.
Another bad landing.
Into the ladder. Check this out.
From the top, Kazarian springboard drop kick to the ladder, which knocks Max completely off balance, and they're just 2 steps away from that $20,000. And not only that, Mike, the pride of knowing that they were able to defeat Bad Influence, one of the most popular teams, no question, in terms of, in-ring ability. They are certainly a force to be reckoned with in Impact Wrestling, but this is an unprecedented ladder match, a display of physicality like we've never seen.
It really has been that perfect ladder match, combining the physicality that you talked about with the high-risk offense that both of these teams are notorious and known for. Sliding dropkick by Kazarian, and now you see the effects of what we have just witnessed as all 4 men are down. All 4 try to recover here. First up to his knees is Kazarian.
They've been going non-stop, fast-paced, action-packed for several minutes now. It's no wonder all 4 of these men are at a spot where they need to catch their breath, but no rest for Generation Me.
Ready for a little fade to black? Straight down. Spike-style pile driver by Kazarian. Daniels follows up with the BME, the best moonsault ever. That's the ring general.
Very confident. Daniels and Kazarian, the Bad Influence of Impact Wrestling, now feel like that $20,000 is theirs for the taking.
And it just might be because Kazarian, this is the strategy we talked about earlier. Watch your opponent's back. Keeps the opposition away. And it worked for a second for Kazarian until that super kick, and then Daniels taken off the ladder.
Don't count Generation Me out. Still plenty left in the tank.
You're dead.
What a move from the top rope. And now this is the momentum.
Eyes fixed on the $20,000 prize. Ladder being positioned directly underneath. Kazarian tries to regroup and recover. Generation Me gonna win the 20 grand. And the pride of the ladder match at Hardcore Justice, Kazarian up to the top.
You gotta remember,
leading Max Buck.
Even when you're at the top of that ladder, you still have quite a reach to go. I mean, they're on the second from the top and still have a ways.
And you can see they're just slightly off to the side also. That makes it more difficult. What was that? Was that the Appletini?
That was Daniels throwing a drink in the face of Max Buck. Enables Kazarian to climb that rung. He is at the very tip top. It's gonna take some balance. And they do it.
Your winners, Kazarian and Christopher Daniels.
What a tremendous ladder match. $20,000 goes to Bad Influence. Appletini came into play. Daniels, Kazarian victorious. As we're going to take one more look at the way that Bad Influence picked up the $20,000 prize at One Night Only's Hardcore Justice. Check this out.
Well, after move we saw from these two, it was the Appletini in the face to Max Buck, taking him off the top of the ladder. Kazarian already up second from the top, able to climb to the top and get that contract, get that big prize, $20,000 at the pay window.
Cashing in 10 grand apiece for Bad Influence. Daniels and Kazarian win the ladder match.